But first I'll have you just
Is it on?
introduce yourself. Yeah, it's on.
Hi, Mom. Okay. Sorry, I say my name and what? Hi, my name is Moe Mustafa. I'm a sound artist and a theater maker, and also work with Dexter a lot.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
I would say, like, a text that I read a lot or I go back to a lot is Melody of Death by Marguerite Duras and The Mirage by the Egyptian writer Najib Mahfouz. And what else? The End of Eddie by Edward Louis. I like this book a lot. Yeah, that what comes to my mind at the moment. Yeah. I mean, for a while, I really struggled calling myself an artist. So I don't know. But I think I can't do anything else other than creating or being creative. And in a way that would describe me as an artist. Um, I should give you a better answer for this question. I think it's lame what I say, but yeah, I mean, describing myself as an artist. Like, I'm even struggling answering this question because
okay.
like, it took me years till I accepted myself. Like, okay, now I can say I'm an artist. And I don't know why it took me years, but like,
yeah, can you talk more about that? Like, what
it's
was the journey?
Because like like every artist carries a lot of insecurities with them, and for me it was like uncontrollable for a long time. Like, I couldn't manage my insecurity, and I felt always not good enough to be called an artist. And also, like the social structure as well that it enforces on you, like certain education, certain degree. And even though I've studied, like, I mean, I have a degree in graphic design and I have a degree in fine art and media, and I just finished my master. But before I started with even my second bachelor, it was really difficult to acknowledge that, okay, I'm an artist. But I made kind of an agreement or a choice with myself to kind of go beyond that, even though, like, a question like this, describe yourself as an artist, I struggle upon a lot. And I stutter or I feel shy or I don't know. Like, but I made a choice that yeah, I am qualified to be called an artist, and I should be calling myself that as a way of respecting also my career and myself and the achievement that I've done so far. But going back to your question, describing myself as an artist, I'm a person who likes to work with maybe themes that is connect deeply to my personal life, and I feel like there is no separation between my practice and my personal life in a way, and that's why it carries lots of vulnerability in it, and it takes a lot of courage and different kind of strength in order to carry this work, because it's honest, it's raw, and to put it on a stage or in a writing or in a piece of music, it required some it requires a different mindset to handle the fragility of it. Well, first you need to trust yourself, I guess. For me, like, I'm talking about my life, I mean, there are certain elements I need to solve before talking about my lives, such as shame. In order to talk about, let's say, homosexuality, I need to extract the shame out of it, and it's thematic like this, like homosexuality, migration, being out of my home country, not knowing my home country, and identity becomes like a cluster or a float object. these things I carry with me my whole life, but now I start to kind of be encouraged enough to talk about them. And it's all connected about how much I'm honest with myself or how much I know myself also. Because once you deal with these issues, once you know yourself, things become like clear for you. And if I want to talk about, that's like maybe not a nice example to put in an interview, but if I want to talk about my experience in a gay club in Berlin, having sex with six guys, then I need to think like it needs to be raw in order to show my emotion or what I was thinking in that moment. And also, I don't need to be ashamed of it. It's like, oh, I need to put that, but people, what they will think of me. Because in the end, why should I care? You know. And it's funny enough that like the more I talk about my personal life, the more I handle my trauma or my experiences or any incident that I went through, the more it becomes collective somehow, and more people approach me to say like, "Oh, you are the voice of what we are thinking of." Like the show that I did last year in Kias, Moe Mustafa, I was not expecting the amount of admiration from the audience that I received. And like unknown people were sending me emails and messages telling me like seeing you doing this work makes us hopeful that we also want to do something, and you were telling all the worries and the thing that we have and we can live inside our body. And it was shocking for me because it's like Maskafak was autobiographical, very intimate, very personal. And then it hit me like the more I'm honest with my process and my work, the holistic it becomes. You know, because people pick on that. It doesn't matter if you're gay or not, you will find some resonance in the work. And so, yeah, I think my creative process is just putting everything that might limit me aside and just tell what I want to tell with full honesty without sugarcoating, like it's, as they say. We never stop being frustrated as an artist. Like it's always something that challenges us, you know, like either budget cut or no opportunities or you have the fun but you don't have a place to perform or like lack of creativity or like it's always something coming. And actually being an artist is a very difficult thing. It's uh, it's physical. It requires a lot of mental energy. uh, it's not easy. You put yourself always in a sometimes a position that you don't want to. But personally, I enjoy it, and I don't see myself doing anything else than being an artist or being creative. As frustration and challenges, I mean, this year by itself has been the most challenging year for me. Like considering what's happening in Gaza and the radical right-wing government popping up in everywhere in Europe and the budget cut, it started to make me question like, why am I doing this? Because now we are in a time where we can't say it will get better. I'm sorry, but like those who wants to say that I'm negative, I'm pessimist, feel free. You can say that. I don't find it as an insult. But we are in a time where we just can't sort of say it will get better and we'll see what happens. No, we really need radical actions now. We really need to take the street in power. We really need to assert ourselves as an artists. And all of these emotions, it somehow stopped me from doing anything actually, because I felt also powerless. And collecting what's happening globally, and since I'm a very sensitive person, especially what's happening in Gaza, it kind of felt so much in my body to the feeling or to the level where I'm like couldn't function for a while. Like I couldn't think, I couldn't write or do anything because why would I do this while people are not safe or not having their basic right? You know what I mean? And so that was one of the challenges that I had this year, and it happens quite often. Like every time something happens in this region, in Amman or in Palestine, I'm become like shut down. It's like, okay, now I want to, everything needs to stop because I can't. And I think many artists who are coming from a different background, or at least Palestinian artists, feels the same way. So yeah, and like for the whole year, I haven't produced anything. I haven't done anything. Not only because of that, but also because of budget cut, lack of opportunities, and spaces. So when all of this thing piled up, you start to feel like, okay, I can't anymore. You know, like yeah. But I mean, also you need to go down low in order to come up again. Honesty, that means you handle the subject or you handle the topic without worrying whether the audience will ride with you or not. You tell it from your own raw emotions. Authenticity comes in a way that you present it in well manner, but there is a space for fabrication, but it still is your voice, you know. And for me, I was thinking about it. I was thinking like I'm turning into a brand.
Mm.
But then like, no, I'm not. Because I'm not tied into any institutions. I can choose what I want to tell or not. And if that's not suitable, then I back down, you know. But again, I understand those artists who does it, because in the end we all trying to survive, you know. But I care so much about my personal voice, and I care so much to hear other personal voices, than just becoming the brand that I'm there to represent this, you know.